So just allow yourself to get settled in. Take a couple deep breaths while I write in my little message and let yourself just connect with the present moment, present time, wherever you are. Hey, Joni and oils. Joni, hope I'm saying your name correctly. Just take a couple deep breaths, settle in, and forever friends, hello. Um, I'm doing this on 2 channels, so I'm maybe not looking exactly at, the screen, but come in. So coming into being, uh, what's coming into being? Coming into being is a space for just anybody who wishes to join to just come in and relax, really connect into themselves deeply because this is the first place we have to start. It's connecting in with ourselves, and from there, everything we do comes from there. We can move into whatever we want, but connecting into ourselves first, coming into this present moment, into ourselves, allows us to be fully present with whatever we're doing instead of being scattered all over the place. And we're generally speaking, we're going through a lot of transitions, a lot of changes right now. So providing that space for people to have just a place to kind of regroup and settle in and just take a little bit of chill time to just come back to self. Okay. So let's just dive in. Take a couple deep breaths again. Settle into feel yourself just kind of settling into your body a little bit. Notice the environment that you're in, wherever you are. Notice the things that are around you. Like I'm in the living room, so a couch, chair, and kind of notice how far away they are from you. So notice that distance between you and the object. So maybe looking at the object and having kind of feeling into that space and that distance between you and the object. And then your awareness on yourself, feeling your body as you're looking at that object. So that kind of pulls you back into yourself. Because a lot of times what happens is we're looking at something, but we're actually projecting ourselves out energetically. We're just sending ourselves out. When you're talking on the phone, you'll find yourself just going boom, actually, and it's almost like you're in there with the person in that space with them when you're just talking on the phone. So even when you're talking on your phone, just being really aware that you're here in your space, in your environment, holding the phone and being really present, being here, even as you're connecting, talking to the person. So just do that with a few things around you, 2 or 3 things around you in different directions, up and down to whatever wherever. Allow yourself, your breath to just kind of slow down a little bit as you're doing that. Kinda just opening up the space a little bit more for people. So some tension in people. Uh, Somebody's feeling pretty heavy in the group. Kinda just a little weighed down with, kind of everyday things, everyday life. Some emotional stuff is coming up. So whatever you're noticing, wherever you're at, it's doesn't matter. It's okay. Just kind of, and it does matter in the sense that of just be present with it. It's all right. Letting yourself just notice that coming back into your body. And it's actually really hard for people to really come into their body and really be present with themselves. Because when we come into our bodies, then we kind of have to start paying attention to where we're at. So just allowing that to to be there, to come in, and to notice that, to acknowledge that. So just by noticing where you're at, it's like, oh yeah, I kind of feel upset about X. And just kind of breathe into that. That's acknowledgement enough. And it's important to acknowledge that so that we're not just kind of stuffing it down, pushing it down, not paying attention to it, diverting ourselves away from ourselves. And if that's bringing up more emotions for me to say that, just it's all right, and just let that come through for yourself, because if it's not coming out, again, it's coming in. You're holding it down, and that really doesn't help. So coming into your breath, and allowing whatever that comes up to come up, and then just again bringing the awareness to the breath. Hold the breath on the next inhale. Hold the breath at the top for, 2, 3 counts. Doesn't have to be very long. And now exhale all the breath out completely, like you're squeezing all the air out of your lungs, blowing up that balloon, and you're just blowing, 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 just exhaling all that air out completely. When you get to the bottom, your your system will automatically come back into the breath. And that will help to reset yourself. Hello. We've got some, it's always hard to know what those names are on Instagram. um, but 10V33RRR, hello. So helping it, exhaling all the way out helps to reset the system, especially if you have a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension, a lot of stress. Because when we have anxiety, tension, we're going to be holding our breath. We kind of breathe in and then hold. And so, kind of exhaling all the way out, forcing all the air out helps to reset that. And then, man, close your eyes a little bit, just for a moment. Just close your eyes. Focus on hearing the sound of your breath, paying attention to that sound. You might even be hearing, if you have a headset on, you'll be hearing it in your ears, and feeling the breath as it comes into your nostrils, all the way into your lungs, expanding your lungs out, and your chest just opening up in all directions, and then exhaling out. And allowing your awareness to sink just a little bit more into the chest, out of the head, down through the head, down through the neck, into the chest space. Feeling that breath. Mm. And feeling your whole body just expand with the breath and contract on the exhale. And just allowing whatever that's been coming up until this present moment to just kind of drift away as you come more into the awareness of your physical body. And let's drop even further down and just kind of slide down your spine to your lower back. So your awareness is in that lower back area, kind of below the waist in the back. So there's kind of the small of the back and then the sacrum area. kind of clear up that area and just with your breath, just staying present in that area. Anytime again that we come into our bodies will hold on to the traumas that we've been through, whether those are physical traumas or energetic, or emotional, mental traumas. And I say energetic because sometimes those of us who are very sensitive will feel this energetic stuff that's around us, things that are at the non-physical level. So my sense is that some of you are kind of, if not all of you, are at that level. And that can be, for example, very simply put, dead people or ghosts, in other words. So breathing into that lower area, yes, open that up. So coming into our bodies and feeling those things can be not fun, can be difficult, can be very hard even. And but it's important for us to really let ourselves kind of just face these whatever shows up, because when we do so, it's clearing that out of our bodies so that our awareness can come into our bodies, down to the cellular level, literally. And and by doing so, we fill up ourselves with our awareness, our consciousness. There should only be one thing in your body, and that's you. So taking this time to be present with yourself, and so part of the reason for that, doing this Coming Into Being series, is to give that space for people so they can have that support of just being and coming into that presence of themselves. And by doing so, claim ownership of themselves, and release whatever's being held inside, allowing yourself to just relax into that. And if you drift off a little bit, that's fine. That's no problems with that. And pure love within, I saw you earlier, but just wanted to acknowledge that I saw you join in. Nice to see you. If you feel a little shaking happening in your body, that can be some different things. One thing is that when we come into an area where there's been some tension, we'll just leave it tension stored. There's been like kind of a holding pattern in the tissues of just kind of holding on to something just to get by and just to hold ourselves together to get moving, to get past whatever. And it's like when you really tighten up your fist, really tighten your arm and everything, and you're just holding on. And for example, the gym, and you're holding on to that weight, and you're holding on, and you're holding on, and it's holding on really tight, and holding, and then your muscles just start to kind of shake. So same thing in terms of that body shaking when we bring our awareness into that, because we're hitting that area where there's been that holding, and it's starting to unwind. So breathe into that if you notice that. So noticing anything like, again, can be emotional, can be men thoughts that are popping up, just notice that, or physical, like that shaking. And energetic, so you will be feeling the energetic level as well with all of that. And when you get very connected, very pulled into your body, so it's like you're really inside skin level, like really, like that's your boundary. Really pull into that boundary, and then you, you'll create the separation between what's you, which is your physical body, really clear, specific definition, physical body coming into that. And whatever's around you, you'll feel it out here. So it will help to create that separation. And and what can happen is you're feeling your body shaking, and then when you really pull into yourself even more, all of a sudden you're noticing, oh, my body's not shaking, but something here is shaking. And when you notice that, you say, that's not me. That's, could be something that you experience. It could be another person, energies of another person, something else, but just say, nope, that's not me. This is me, physical body. This is me, pulling into that more. That will just help to separate that out, release what is not you, and come into yourself even more. So the question coming up is like, well, what, what's me? What's not me? Very simply put, because we're working as physical beings, the physical life, we go to physical body. So yes, we do have an energetic system. We have an energetic field that's arm's length out, da 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 da, all those things. But to really connect in with ourselves as clearly and crisply as possible, your physical body will do that the best. Unless you can see and I mean see with your physical eyes, your energy field, and some people can. I do know some people like that. And you can say, okay, there's this, there's that. As much as you can say, okay, finger here, finger there, all this, as easily as you can point to your physical body, focus on your physical body. When you do that, that will automatically help to clear out your energy system, your energy field as well. Hey, Laria. Laria over on the other side, meaning not on Instagram. So good to see you. So just coming back to that breath. We're in the lower back in an area. There's some little incongruencies there for in the back where there's the two sides are not equal, and that's pretty common. A lot of people, a physical example of that is scoliosis. You have the energies in the back are on the sides are not even, not equal, not. That's yeah, we're gonna really just hang out here. There's quite a bit of stuff that's so what happens is we're going a little deeper. There's a little bit more stuff coming up to the surface. Some lower pelvic discomfort and trauma that's coming up. So breathe into that. If you're feeling that for yourself, just be real gentle with yourself. Just not try to push that away as best as you can, not try to move away from it, but you don't have to go diving all the way in if it's very traumatic, but just allow yourself to get as close as you're comfortable with a little bit, just a little bit more, and just hang out. Let yourself, just be in that zone of just tolerating it if it's difficult. Just breathing into that. By allowing yourself to do that and breathe in, be present, breathing into whatever's coming up is is really a way of loving yourself through whatever trauma experience that's your body's holding on to. It's not easy. It can get very uncomfortable. But bottom line is nobody can give you that love. You can get support from an external source, external person, but to really come back and own your body is the most loving thing you can do for yourself beyond all the trauma, and reclaim all those tissues that were traumatized by just going in there, breathing into that, and saying, "No, I'm here with you and I love you." So just being present with ourselves in that lower abdomen. Just going to go silent a little bit just to help release that out for people, and maybe it's not trauma. Yeah, maybe it's just discomfort. And that's fine too. We don't have to go all the way to trauma. I just brought it up because it feels like there is a little bit of that for people. And it's okay to have fear come up, or nervousness, whatever, anxiety around everything that's come up with the session, even if it's not yours. Allowing ourselves to be present with what is so that we can just stop running away and really move into acceptance and allowing. And in doing so, just move through the experience, we move through what presents itself so that we can move beyond it. And just connecting everybody in more deeply. Yeah, there we go. I think we're moving into a calmer, just more relaxing place now. Not that we haven't been here, but with this stuff clearing out, it's kind of going into just softer space, more open. And then coming back into your chest space, feeling that breath, feeling the movement of your chest with the breath. There we go. Nice little shift. Opening up a little bit more. As we relax into our beings, as we come into that place of relaxation, just that opens up for us. We can relax more and allow ourselves to just be present with ourselves. And when you're ready, just open your eyes gently, gently looking around with a soft focus, reconnecting with your physical environment. There. Just taking that moment to reconnect, clear out some stuff that's inside. Sometimes that comes up. Sometimes we go into this space of just presence and just being present with ourselves and everything fine. And then other times we've got things that show up. And so allowing ourselves, giving ourselves that time, that space to move through that. Yeah, sometimes things come up in life. We don't have time to deal with it in the moment. So again, here's space for doing that. So if you have any comments, welcome to put something in the chat there on Instagram and YouTube, Facebook. I don't know if anybody's on Facebook unless YouTube and Facebook signs in. I don't know. I feel present. Oh, well, that's perfect. Good result there. Yeah. And when we get into that present place with ourselves, then we can really fully engage to with whatever we're doing. We're fully present, and when you're with somebody that's fully present, you connect with them better. So let's see, Laria, I've been feeling strange. My throat is scratchy and my lungs are heavy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in your lungs. Let's tune into that for a minute, just to kind of come into the awareness in your lungs. Almost kind of takes me to another time space. Uh, um, it feels like you're clearing out either past life or family lineage stuff of just polluted air. It makes me think of like the coal. When they used to just burn coal for heat, and then they were uh, just the air was black basically from all the coal. Uh, the back of my neck is tense, and are there presences around me, or am I coming down with something? Okay, so take a deep breath in, Ilaria, and eh, I'll get back to you 10V33 in a second. Hold on. All right. So, Ilaria, take a deep breath in. Really pull into your body. Really pull into yourself. You tend to be really sensitive with things that aren't you, like whether it's family or other stuff. So you need to make kind of a little bit more conceited effort to really say, no, this is my body, not me. So feel that pain and come into your lungs even more, your heaviness in your lungs, so, and come in more to your body. It's like no. And breathe into that. As you breathe in, just feel that freshness of that air. Focus on the freshness of the air coming into your lungs, filling up your lungs, and on the exhale, releasing it out. You've got a lot of fear in your system, and so you start, that starts kind of taking you up. Uh, so release that and focus on releasing that fear out of your lungs. Okay. Now, personally, what I do, I mean, if I will do both. If I have a scratchy throat, it's like, well, I'm gonna just. I use essential oils, so I tend to go to essential oils. Also take care of yourself, just to give the physical body that thing. But there's you got a lot of fear that's coming up, and so as soon as you feel a little off, and whatever's causing the little off, you start to really kind of go into it, so come back into your body. It's like, nope, I'm in control here. It doesn't matter what it is, and so I won't get too much into, is it this, is it that, because you pick up, you're very sensitive, and you're going to pick up on a lot of stuff, and then you just kind of you start kind of projecting out. It's that kind of, it's part of that drama piece, so it kind of pulls you into like da, pull yourself back in, and also take care, give your immune system support. So start doing that, but start saying no, absolutely not. Hold on to yourself. That will help you a lot. So kind of focus on yourself, come into yourself, breathe in for a little bit, and breathe out whatever you don't want. Okay, 10V33. There's a part of you that's very, almost like a little kid, like very bubbly, very kind of buoyant in life, kind of bouncing around. So that's kind of feels like a little kid. Um, Below that, there's a sense of part of why you do that is that below that there's fear might not be the right word. Hold on, let me just tune in a little bit more here. There is kind of feeling scared about stuff, um, feeling scared or nervous. And so it's a little bit of a protective mechanism to have that buoyancy instead of really coming from that pure expression of just being buoyant, about life. Um, and just seeing it, if there's anything specific that comes up for you. So the coming into your body is a really good thing for you to really just connect into your physical body. And my sense, okay, so my sense with the fear is that it's like you're noticing you either as a kid you were really aware, or even now, but it almost feels like as a kid you were even more aware, and then that kind of just you kind of close down a little bit more as you're growing up. Um, so the coming into your body is a really good one. Hi, Roya. And whenever there's kind of a hesitation about life, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's sort of like a little kid who's just like, oh my god, there could be, it's like, what are people going to think of me, or there's a little bit, a bit of that stuff going on too. But I feel like there's also that part of you, at 10V, where you just are very sensitive to life, and like Ilaria, of just tuning into that other stuff, and it's because you're not quite sure what it is, you're just kinda like there, kinda thing. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense, 10V33. So that coming into your body is really good, and just like I was saying to Laria, and for all of us, it's like we'll feel things, and coming back into our bodies and saying that this is me right here, right now, and and owning our territory, because I call it owning our territory, because this is our territory, and if something else is in there, then we're not owning our territory ourselves, kind of thing. Yes, I tend to get a little scared talking to little people, even though I seem like a bright and kind individual to my peers. Uh, to so I'm curious about the little people, and the reason I'm curious is because like in the Cherokees, they do have that whole thing with the little people. Um, yeah, and so you are a bright, kind individual. Uh, I think that's an innate part of who you are, but I think a lot of when you show that is, to kinda cover up that fear. The little was a typo, sorry. Okay, just checking, because it's like talking to little people. Yeah, you could be talking to, they have the Cherokee have that in their tradition, little people in the woods, and sometimes you can feel them when you're walking out in the woods in that area. Like, I lived in North Carolina for in the mountains for a little bit, so they had there was that piece. Yeah, so really just, let's see, take a deep breath in, come into your heart, and everybody can do that, and Ilaria too. I'm going to join with us in that. Let's go a little deeper into the heart space. So allow your let's see, what's the best way to get everybody into here? Okay, so start with your head. I'm going to walk people through this. And usually when we're in the heads, we're in the front of our heads. Um, and just as you breathe out, just imagine that you're breathing out the back of your head, and so your awareness is coming to the center of your head. And then with, on the next exhales, breathe in, then exhale, and then just move your awareness down through your head, through your neck, into the center of your body. And let yourself feel a bright little light that's in that core of your chest, core of your being at chest level. Uh, See if you can feel that. Feel it. Maybe feel a glow. You might feel a warmth. Hilario, you also you too. And with each breath, just feel that breath coming on the exhale, coming out, breathing in your awareness, going deeper into that brightness. And on the exhale, just that brightness expanding, filling up your chest. Breathing into that. Now, so when you feel a little scared, and you might not be able to do it around, feels like a firecracker almost. Oh, interesting. Okay. Um, yeah, so it could be a little sparkly. I think. So reach in a little deeper into that firecracker because I feel like below that you'll get into where it's a little calmer. So whenever you feel scared or nervous, and it might not be in the moment because you're surrounded by people. If you're like at work or wherever, you can like sneak off to the bathroom and then just sit, breathe into this area. You know, feel yourself there because that's you. That's your spirit. And through your spirit, that's your connection to pure source, to God, whatever you want to call it, to the cosmos, to the universe, to the all there is. And it's always there with you all the time. Whether you feel it, notice it or not, it's there, it's present. We just kind of forget about it because we get pulled by other things there. And come into that connection with yourself, with that in your heart. And Ilaria, also for you, just to move more deeply into that connection that you have with yourself, with source, with existence. That goes above and beyond all the tension, all the fear, all the stress. It's like saying, no, this is, I'm coming in here first. This is the truth. This is, this is true. And feeling that softness and that gentleness in there. Yeah. And that softness and gentleness again is that core essence of you. Now, this might get covered up. You might lose touch with that. It might kind of, feel like it's non-existent. That's because we've just pulled ourselves out of this, away from this. So coming back in, taking that time. And 10V33, I mean, it's okay if you're scared, and it's okay if, to be nervous about being around people. Start just accepting yourself as you are. So right now where you are is like you've got both of these things coming up, and it's a little scary to be around people. And being nervous in life. You start by, this is okay. This is how I am right now, and uh, there's no reason for you to be that way forever. Maybe you will be that way forever, or at least the rest of your life. That's okay. And just start with that, and every day just coming into here, connecting with yourself, and you can even go in here and says, no, I love myself just the way I am. It's okay. And just bringing that to yourself. Okay, what about you, Ilaria? All right. Okay, well, we will end here. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, you're welcome. 10V33 with the little frog. I like that. And thanks for stopping by. And next Wednesday, same time, same place. I feel better, Marianne. Yeah, good for you. Good for you, Ilaria. So just keep pulling yourself in. And, as soon as you feel something around you, it could be a presences, it could be just, you know, like I said, you're sensitive. You'll be feeling somebody who's just like pissed off, and you're just like, no, come back in. Yeah. This was a nice reset, energetic awakening. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Nice to hear. Very good. Well, join in. Um, Sign up. Yeah, I guess. Uh, I'm like going blank on the channels here. Yeah, like on YouTube, and I guess on Instagram too, and follow me, and if you wish, and then every Wednesday, uh, he'll be coming back for more. So anytime you just need that chill space, you can join in live on Wednesdays, and you can also go to the replay. So, all right, take care, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good rest of your week.